This is another episode of Standup Comedy, your host and MC, celebrating 40-plus years on the fringe of show business. Stories, interviews, and comedy sets from the famous and not so famous. Here's your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. We have another treat for you this week. This gentleman's a very talented and funny stand-up comic. He's a Native American. There's not a total high number of Native American comics, but he's one of them. And he not only is very successful at clubs from coast to coast, but he does a lot of cruise ships. In fact, he's here with us today, right off a cruise. Ladies and gentlemen, Marc Yaffee. Hey, Marc, I know you've been doing a lot of cruise ships. I think you hit something like 30 weeks of work last year. That's incredible. Is it different performing to a cruise audience?
Well, it's certainly a captive audience. That's for sure. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, why did that guy jump ship? Oh, that comic.
Yeah. But you have some competition on the cruise ship. You know, there's other shows. There's lots of food, there's lots of booze. There's a casino. So, you know, sometimes they'll throw us out there at 3:30 in the afternoon, or you'll do a 6:30 dinner show where I'm doing a show and everyone else is eating dinner.
You get to watch but not eat. Well, I know.
Well, I talk to myself and not eat.
Well, I've been on a couple cruises myself, and the entertainment's usually pretty high end. But the audiences, like you said, they're a captive audience, but they're not paying to get in, but they've paid for the cruise. Do you get that same investment from the audience? Are they there to have a good time?
I think people are looking forward to comedy on the cruise ships. They promote the shows depending on the line. A lot of promo. It's on the Navigator apps and the what to do. So they do push it pretty well. And for instance, I work Carnival comedy clubs on the Carnival ships, and that's one of their biggest money makers. I think with people drinking and spending time. We do, on an average Carnival ship, I think they'll do 10, at least minimum 20 shows a week.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that many.
Not me personally. That's the, they'll do 2 comics at a time. We'll each do 5 or 6 shows. Some of the big ships, they're doing 10 shows and then a split week. And then they'll bring new comics on to do the second half and then do the first half of the next cruise. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's super popular, but they're not there. The comedy is vital, but pretty much, cruise ship's a floating feeding frenzy. So that's really why the people are there. It's for the food.
Well, I was going to say on a cruise ship, there's 24-hour food. The bars are usually always open,
yeah.
But you do have a captive audience, and that after they've eaten and after they've walked through the overpriced shops and maybe lost their piece in the casino, the shows are something they could do to kill time while out on the open sea. Is there some material that lends itself to the cruise audience?
Well, of course, you make fun of all the food, because you live that experience. Like, I get on a cruise ship, I'm eating like 8 times a day every 3 hours myself. So I'm doing breakfast, brunch, lunch, supper, dinner, evening snack, a midnight snack, 3 a.m. sleep break snack. All of
well,
them.
there's really so much opportunities. I mean, the 24-hour pizza line was always a favorite for me.
Yeah, I've eaten so much food on a cruise, I've had to loosen my socks.
Well, that's a lot of eating. Now, I remember when I went on a cruise, they had the lifeguard drills. I hear they don't do that anymore.
No, it's kind of automated now. Last time I was told you call it your muster station. Okay, they told me to report to my muster station. I ordered 3 hot dogs.
Okay, I get it, mustard. Yeah, well, I just remember that it back in, this is going back 20, 30 years, but you would have to wear your vest and go out on the deck. And you
all crowded onto the little section, but then COVID came and they said, we really don't need strangers breathe on each other 6 inches away from the
COVID changed it. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
believe it or not, there were some benefits of COVID. Not many, but that was one.
That was one of them. Well, do people seem to appreciate cruise jokes in a cruise comedy show?
You got to keep it to a minimum. I mean, it's been overdone so much because over the years, comics make fun of the toilets and the small showers and the
small rooms. I mean, I think I can reach my arms out and go wall to wall. They're not great big rooms.
Right. So I try to look at some different angles on it. Like I saw this little girl the other day at the ice cream machine. She was having such a good time eating that ice. She started giving herself an ice cream facial. She was rubbing and swirling all over her cheeks. I'm like, this is amazing. I said, that's going to end up as a spa package. I was waiting to hear an announcement today in the spa. We'll have the full body burrito wrap and a Rocky Road facial.
Well, I guess that cool ice cream does reduce the swelling. Well, that's hilarious. Marc, you are so successful working the cruise ships, Carnival Cruise, but I know you've done a couple others, both on the Pacific side of Mexico and on the Caribbean side. Congratulations on your success on the cruise ships. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out planning a vacation and doing a cruise, keep an eye out for the name Marc Yaffee. He is so funny. In fact, you can find him on Dry Bar Comedy as well, right?
Yeah, and people can always go to my website, Laugh with Marc, M-A-R-C, because my parents couldn't spell. laughwithmarc.com.
and if that wasn't enough, he's playing casinos from coast to coast, so one of the best out there. Hey, Marc, thanks for joining us on the show today.
Always a pleasure, Scott. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you back soon. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Stand-Up Comedy, your host and MC. For information on the show, merchandise, and our sponsors, or to send comments to Scott, visit our website at www.standupyourhostandmc.com. Look for more episodes soon and enjoy the world of stand-up comedy. Visit a comedy showroom near you.